Hello, and finally, welcome back to another edition of Comics and Pop. We've had kind of a delay here for the last couple of weeks. We've been off. My man Carlos has been sick with COVID. So, how you feeling now?
I'm good. I'm good. I died, but but I came back to life. But I'm good. No, I just went through the whole spiel of the all the different symptoms and stuff. I guess the only one I didn't have was the shortness of breath, which was kind of good. But I'm still here, man. I'm feeling to podcast. I mean, so many things have happened in like the past couple of weeks.
I know,
That,
chopping
that
at
we
the
got to
bit.
talk about.
And so, meanwhile, for all our viewers who sent in audition reels, Troy and I do have them, but we're going to have to hold off for right now. So, but we'll hold on just in case. So, but here we go. We're going to talk about
Don't let out of the woods just in case.
right, just in case. So here we go. We're going to talk about, and I'm all excited here because we're talking about the Spider-Man trailer that just came out, and like Carlos has his Iron Man, Troy has his Kang, I have my Spider-Man, and this one just blew me away right off. There were so many things already in this one. There were so many little details, so many little Easter eggs, and you're looking at this. We're being set up right now. We're going to see the Sinister Six. There's like no doubt in my mind. What do you guys think of the trailer? Let's start. Troy, what do you think?
It's got to be the Sinister Six. When you think Batman, you think Joker. When you think Captain America, you think Red Skull. When you think Spider-Man, you think Green Goblin, but then you think Vulture. Then you kind of think Electro. You think Sinister Six, whether together or broken up. So when they did a Spider-Man movie, they had to do classic Spider-Man villains and they had to do Sinister Six. It had to be done. So with the video, you get a real quick flash of the lizard,
Right.
real quick flash. Saw the lizard. And then
I didn't even see the lizard for the first time. I had to go, when I read about it, I had to go back and watch it again to see.
I turned my head to do something and I just turned and I was like, wait, did I? And I had to like think about it. I was like, that something flashed. And I had to go back and rewind it. It's going to be the Sinister Six. My question though, in that video, he's Peter. As Peter, he's talking to some African-American woman on the bridge.
Right.
And I'm thinking, was that the mother for the Gwen Stacy character with the Michael Keaton? Because remember, Michael Keaton was married, the mother was African-American, and the daughter was African-American. I can't remember what she looked like. I'm thinking, was that her? Is he already, kind of flipping through the multiverse?
Well, I was reading it might be, related to Miles Morales. That's what
Miles, yeah.
That's why I was reading that this might have something to do with Miles Morales too. They're bringing in everybody into this one.
Yeah.
I just got to say though, I saw all the little clues. I saw the lizard. Afterwards, we saw the Green Goblin little bomb, and at the end, when Alfred Molina came out, I might have squealed. I mean, like one of these little things. I might have squealed. Lois, what do you think about this one?
So, I mean, it looks great, obviously, right? I mean, the little bit that we saw, I mean, Marvel was actually, they were forced to show it because it was actually a leak out first of that they showed it.
That little cell phone.
The green screen version, whatever, right? So they were forced to actually leak it. There's so many questions, right? I mean, we talk about the Sinister Six, and obviously, all the villains, Doc Ock, the Lizard, and everyone that's members of the Sinister Six. I can't think of them for some reason. COVID, I guess, but I guess the questions that I have is, this is the multiverse, right? So if we're going to be going to the multiverse, he's going to be going into different universes, and that's where he's going to encounter different Spider-Mans. He's going to encounter the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. He's going to encounter the other kid from.
They still didn't show Andrew Garfield. They still didn't show them. They're still refusing to admit that.
Right, they didn't show them, but everyone knows that this is what's going to happen. It's pretty much known that this is what's going to happen. It's like they've even asked actors, hey, they were interviewing what's his name, the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm, the black guy. What's his name?
JB Smooth.
JB Smooth, because he's in the Tom Holland version universe. So they asked him, and they asked him, and they said, hey, so which of the three Spider-Mans were your favorite in the movie? And he said, oh, Tobey Maguire. So here it's pretty much known that they're all going to appear, right? So my question is this: so when you're going to introduce the Sinister Six, how are you going to do it? Are they going to cast new actors to play all the Sinister Six characters in Tom Holland's universe, or are you going to bring in the ones from the other universes, right? The old school ones. So how are they going to do it, right? That's like one of my main questions, because obviously the Sinister Six is coming. How are they going to do this? Are they going to keep it multiverse wise, or are they going to have just like we have the he fought the Vulture, right, in his universe, but are they going to introduce a Doc Ock to him, like a new right, for his universe, and not Tobey Maguire's universe, right?
Melina was great as Doc Ock in the other one.
Oh, fantastic, right? So I guess those are the kind of that's kind of like what's up in the air, how they're gonna do it, how they're gonna play it. But I mean, everything about it is awesome. So
supposedly that Alfred Molina had been giving away too many details on interviews, and like Kevin Feige yelled at him. That's what I read. I don't know if that's true or not, but he gave away too many little components of the movie here. So we start off, we see Doctor Strange. He's Peter's going to Doctor Strange, and here's the thing that we've been going back now since WandaVision. Everything points again now to Mephisto. Every little detail to me is saying Mephisto's going to be involved here. And I know every Marvel fan's been waiting on that and thinking that in like every little series, but this is Mephisto, right? I mean, we're going to see Mephisto here.
It's possible.
Yeah, I mean,
my theory is this: because Jamie Foxx is supposed to be attached as Electro. So if Jamie Foxx is attached, I heard they're changing his color from
the uniform,
blue
to
light to yellow, which makes more sense. Mm-hmm. Now in the preview, we see a whirlwind of lightning, yellow lightning, and sand. So I'm thinking either they're Sandman and Electro are coming, or they're fighting, or something's happening with the two of them, because there's a sandstorm and there's sparks of yellow lightning. And that would be kind of cool to see that, maybe a little Hydro Man and Sandman to make that guy mud or something. They got a lot of things that they could do with this. But I think they're going to bring, I think the reason it's called No Way Home is not so much Spider-Man getting lost, but these villains getting trapped here in our universe. So that way they can say, oh, okay, well, now we've got a Sinister Six of ready-made guys, maybe not so much the Rhino, because that was garbage, right. But the rest of the guys are pulled in and they're stuck here and they don't have any way home. And they're all probably a little upset with Spider-Man because he's kind of the reason they're there. That could also start the rivalry and why they hate him. They could also pull the guy, I forget his name. They could also pull the Mysterio, Jake. They could bring Jake back from another universe because he pretended to be from another universe to begin with. There could very well be another him somewhere out there that comes forward. And that could also be the reason that Spider-Man is no longer, a criminal, because Jake didn't actually die and Mysterio's alive. He faked his death. Oh no, he's really alive, but he's from another universe. But I think since they've got, they hinted that Daredevil's going to be his lawyer.
Well, that's what they showed. They showed everyone saying about the arms, like Tom Holland's in that office building, and the guy that throws down the folders on the desk. They're saying that's Charlie Cox.
So that was, to me, that was my favorite Easter egg out of the whole thing. They showed he had a white shirt, button-down shirt, and a black tie, which is pretty much what Charlie Cox always wore. That was his his outfit when he was doing as Matt Murdock. So that whole Charlie Cox Daredevil series on Netflix is my favorite made for television superhero series of all time. It was fantastic. So knowing that could be him, and from what we know from all the rumors that he's going to be in it, that to me was the my favorite Easter egg because Daredevil is one of my favorite superheroes. He's like one of my top 5 superheroes. I love Daredevil. He's
Cox
still
did a
like
great
one of
job
the
of it. Charlie Cox did a great job there.
It was everybody in that show was fantastic. So that part of it,
Kingpin's coming back too.
Really excited.
Yes.
Say that again.
King.
I hear Kingpin's coming back too.
He was amazing. So I mean, the fact that they're bringing that into it, to me, it was like that was my favorite part of it.
First of all, I think at this point also, we'll get back to the Doctor Strange element in a second because I think they're grooming Doctor Strange right now to be the mentor, the replacing Robert Downey Jr. Replacing Iron Man, mentor to Spider-Man. But I think at this point also, if you don't have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in the movie, which we all know they're going to be in, but it's going to be a big letdown for the fans. I mean, the fans are expecting them to be in there. And I think no matter how good the movie is, I think there's going to be disappointment if they don't show up in this movie.
I think it's pretty much guaranteed though. I don't see him, from everything, all the, it would be kind of not as big because this is a bigger scale than WandaVision. But kind of like as big as Mephisto not being in WandaVision, kind of, if they don't show up, right? But I mean, obviously, the twist in WandaVision was awesome also. But, the fact that they're bringing back, you already saw Alfred Molina and that they're bringing back, Jamie Foxx and they're bringing back these characters. They're bringing back those, Spider-Man. So it's for me, it's a foregone conclusion.
I think
here's what I'm thinking also. They're bringing back those Spider-Men, which they've hinted about, and it's pretty much a thing. But the Spider-Verse has several Spider-Men, so there's probably going to be a few extra pop-up Spider-Men.
showing up.
Yeah, we've got the main guy. We've got the 2 coming in, but there's usually more. So we could get Miles, Gwen, Spider-Gwen, hopefully not Spider Pig, but
I don't see him going that deep into it. I mean, obviously it could happen, but I mean, it'd be great to see. I haven't heard any rumors about a Miles Morales. But
I'm thinking I don't think they'll show the Miles Morales Spider-Man. I think we might see a Miles Morales though, just like dropping an Easter egg for a future thing. I think that's possible. I don't think we're going to see his version of Spider-Man, but I think we're going to get a little Easter egg in there about a possibility down the line. I mean, I would love to see,
Have they even cast that? Have they even cast the kid as Miles Morales yet? I don't even know.
No, I mean, I don't even know if it's true or not. This is just speculation that I see being posted online about that. I mean, we saw, like Troy mentioned, we saw Sandman. Even though we didn't see Sandman, we kind of think it's Sandman. We saw Electro. What else? We saw the Green Goblin, the Lizard. We had Doc Ock, and what we didn't see is I'm wondering if they're going to be in there too. We did not see Michael Keaton's Vulture in there, so I'm wondering if he's going to make the appearance also.
There's also this meme. There's this meme going around that's pretty funny. They're saying, we know the Green Goblin's going to be in it because he drops the Goblin Bomb, right? But is it going to be the original Green Goblin, or is it going to be on the Andrew Garfield Green Goblin? So some people were like, well, it was like, it's great that it's going to be the Green Goblin, but they were like disappointed that if it was the Andrew Garfield Green Goblin. You know what I mean?
I think they said that they heard, people were saying that they heard Willem Dafoe's voice in there.
Right. No, right. That's what everybody wants. William Dafoe. Exactly. But if it's the other one, the other kid, I forgot who it was, that would be a disappointment.
The guy from Chronicle, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
Well, we also had, so we're talking about the Doctor Strange. The Doctor Strange part was funny to me. We saw Doctor Strange and Wong warned him about doing any magic.
Right.
I've searched the internet. I've looked high and low. Something that nobody has talked about. Why is there snow inside of Doctor Strange's house? It's covered in snow. He's got this big jacket on, and he's got the cape of levitation on top of the jacket. And Wong is leaving. He's headed to someplace that's sunny. So he's leaving the cold, and he's got a big jacket on. And when Peter comes in, there's like snow everywhere. And Doctor Strange is coming down, and there's like covered snow is everywhere. And I'm like, is there a snow? And he like sets fire in the fireplace. And I'm like, why is there so much snow? And so what did he do wrong? He did something wrong. He must have, which is probably why Wong is cautioning him, because he must have just did something just a little wrong, and there's snow everywhere. And Wong is clearly going on his route
Right.
to go beat up by the Abomination. The Abomination is going to put gloves on him, I'm sure, but he's leaving. And I'm thinking Wong's going to get beat up because Wong is fighting the Abomination, and Shang-Chi's got to fight him. So if the Abomination loses, he's out. So he's got to win to eventually fight Shang-Chi. So Wong's leaving to get beat up, and there's freaking ice and snow everywhere. And I don't know why. I'm curious.
Oh, that's what they said. They either like you just said, they either Doctor Strange messed up, could be from that hole that the Hulk left in the ceiling at one point.
Yeah.
There was also that too. We something today. I mean, like, they're also talking about this might be, and I know Carlos sent us that earlier about we might start seeing a little bit of the laying the foundation for the Fantastic Four in this one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm curious to see what they can do. I'm also curious if we're going to have we have Mary Jane. We have, if like you said before, about is there going to be a Gwen Stacy in here? Is they going to bring in any of the other people from the other movies now? Because now anything is possible right now with this one, with the whole multiverse thing that was set up in Loki.
Because they've got J. Jonah Jameson.
Right.
And
but it's a different version of him, though.
Oh, is it? I thought it was I thought he was brought up. Okay, all right.
Well, it's the same guy, but but it's different. I mean, this one, in the other Spider-Man, he was in the newspaper. He was like on a web, in Tom Holland's universe, he was like on a web news thing, and he's also bald. I remember. So,
yeah.
So I mean, I was looking here. I see the Charlie Cox thing. I seeing what other Easter eggs were there in here? I was talking about Betty Brant. Oh, and there's some people were even speculating that we might see an Uncle Ben sighting.
It's possible. All these different universes, it's possible.
So I want to say, I do want to see how they're going to handle all these different heroes and villains coming in. Anyone in particular that you want to see?
Well, Daredevil. I really, really would like to see. I mean, Matt Murdock is great, but I would really like to see Daredevil. I'd like to see the Kingpin. I'd like to see a complete formation of the Sinister Six. Even if it's at like the end of the movie and they're like, standing there, superhero posing it up, and it's them, and people next to me are like, who's that in the audience? And I can go, it's the Sinister Six. They're a classic Spider-Man villain. I love that. So maybe they'll have a little bit of that. And I don't know, I'm hoping to see a bunch of the Spider-Man. Man, that would be the coolest, I think.
That would be. I do want to see Daredevil too. Yeah. Oh, that would be great too. I don't think we're going to see the Punisher in this, but I do want to see Daredevil, not just Matt Murdock. I do want to see the character of Daredevil fighting in this alongside him. I think that would be a lot of fun. Well, so who do you want to see in this?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, Daredevil is my guy. Kingpin, obviously. Definitely William Dafoe, as the Green Goblin, that's classic. And I guess just to see the other, see if they have Garfield and what's his name, and Maguire, how they interact, because they're all Spider-Man, but they're from different universes. Just to see them interacting together, how are they gonna, because they're all three of them are Peter Parker. So how are they going to interact? So that's going to be interesting. But and also if he's going right, if he's going to different multiverses, one of the things is when you see Doc Ock say, "Hello, Peter," which Peter is he talking to? Right? Is he talking to Tobey Maguire? And then Tom Holland shows up and he's watching this. Right? Or how are they going to do it? So, it's how are they going to interact Tom Holland Is he actually going to be physically fighting these characters there, or is he going to be helping the other Spider-Man? How is it going to work? So,
well, I'm already thinking that the end of the movie, I mean, to me, it's already clear that the ending of the movie is, we're going to have either Garfield or McGuire, maybe both at some point, being Spider-Man while Tom Holland is there saying, see, I'm not Spider-Man, there's Spider-Man. So I've already feel like, to get all of the things of him. But, if we're going to go to the comics, this storyline in the comics was, the what is it, the No Way Out. And in that one, everyone forgot that, their relationship. So his relationship with MJ, Mary Jane, was also like done at the end of that. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with this one, and also what happens with his friend Ned. Ned became the Hobgoblin. So I'm very curious with that one too.
Ned's going to have to do some sit-ups, I think, to be a Hobgoblin, because I don't think he's going to fit in the suit right now.
No, we don't know. It might be a different version of Hobgoblin.
it could be, because he's got that serum that made him super strong, like the Green Goblin. Maybe he takes that and gets into shape automatic. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how super soldier serums work, but if they, probably burns them up and makes them all big and buff and, hobgoblin-y, that would be cool too.
I do. Don't they have some bison? Do they have like some bison DNA spliced into them or something?
Bison man. That stuff is crazy potent, man.
No, but I want to say, like I said, there's a lot of things that can happen here for this one. I'm very curious to see how this one's going to go. I'm mad excited about this movie. I cannot wait for this movie, and it's going to set up the Doctor Strange one, which comes right after it, I believe.
Yeah.
So anyway, what are your all thoughts on Spider-Man? What are your thoughts on what do you guys think? We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your comments. Let us know. Drop a line in the comments here and tell us what you think about the Spider-Man trailer. If there's anything we missed. But anyway, this has been Comics and Pop, and remember, subscribe.
Subscribe, boys and girls.